When Hyundai unveiled the Ioniq 5 internationally, it instantly became the talk of the town due to its unique look. As international reviews started trickling in, there were mostly positive reviews by the international media. So when Hyundai Malaysia launched the Ioniq 5 locally, they were quickly overwhelmed by the amount of interest that this vehicle brings. This means that Hyundai Malaysia required almost half a year just to secure one media unit for us to review. With that, welcome back to Carsick.my for another review video. This time round, I'll be checking out the top-of-the-line Hyundai Ioniq 5 Max and explore why this car attracts so much interest. Due to the proportion of the Ioniq 5, pictures do not justify how huge the vehicle is. But in reality, the Ioniq 5 is massive. To put into perspective, the Honda CR-V is actually shorter and narrower than the Ioniq 5. In terms of the design, the Ioniq 5 manages to blend retro-looking designs with futuristic elements, and the Ioniq 5 will not look out of place in a game like the Cyberpunk 2077. I can attest that the Ioniq 5 is definitely a head-turner, and I would say it's on par with the Supra in the amount of eyeballs that the car gets. To give the Ioniq 5 a more distinctive look, Hyundai has added in many small details to enhance the vehicle's uniqueness. But I'm just going to be focusing on what stands out for me. Starting with squares, there are plenty of square design cues dotted all over the vehicle. These squares can be spotted on the headlights, tail lights, and the indicator lights on the wing mirrors. Additionally, the Ioniq 5 also comes with pop-out door handles, which makes opening the car door an experience by itself. Lastly, the Ioniq 5 Max is paired with a set of massive 20-inch rims that matches the proportion of the vehicle. These massive rims are wrapped in 255/45R20 tires. Inside the Ioniq 5, the switch gears in the vehicle feels chunky and solid. It also gives a sense of quality to the interior. This is particularly obvious for the signal stop, gear lever, and the inner door handles. On the dashboard, Hyundai uses two different 12.3-inch displays as the infotainment screen and the instrument cluster. The instrument cluster is easy to read, and the graphics are different from regular Hyundai models. And as for the infotainment screen, it comes with large icons that are clear and easy to read. Apart from that, it's nice that Hyundai also upgraded the cameras around the vehicle to much higher definition units. This will definitely help the driver to park this large vehicle in tight spaces more accurately. With the larger screen infotainment system, Android Auto and Apple CarPlay do come as standard on the Ioniq 5, but it's only available as a wired connection. Hyundai is about time to make wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay available on the 12.3-inch system. To provide the best in-car entertainment experience, the Ioniq 5 Max is fitted with a 7-speaker Bose premium sound system. For such a large vehicle, Hyundai has provided plenty of storage solutions around the cabin of the Ioniq 5. One of the main highlights here is the movable center console, where there are huge space to store tons and tons of items in it. Apart from that, the center console can also be used as a center armrest to allow those sitting at the front to rest their arms. Other than the center console, Hyundai also replaced the glove compartment with a drawer-style glove box. This will allow owners to store even more items in there than just a regular glove box. While the Ioniq 5 doesn't really look like an SUV, the height of the driver's seat is definitely the same height as the driver's seat in an SUV. The ergonomics are very well thought out, and most of the buttons are within reach. Both front seats are equally comfortable, but the party trick here is that the front seats could go into a lounge mode. This is so when the car is charging in a charging station, both driver and front passenger could enjoy a relaxing time in their Ioniq 5 when the vehicle is charging up. Heading to the back, the rear seats provide good amount of legroom, headroom, and even shoulder room for 3 adults to sit comfortably. The rear seats have the ability to slide electrically, but reclining has to be done manually. Usually, car manufacturers will have the rear aircon vents located behind the center console, but due to the location of the battery, Hyundai has to relocate the aircon vents to the B pillar of the Ioniq 5. This is a much better spot as the aircon vents can finally blow directly at rear passengers' faces, instead of their legs. Under the rear seats, the Ioniq 5 comes with a 3-pin socket to allow rear passengers to use electrical appliances if they wanted to. With 527 liters of boot space, it has more than enough volume for most owners to load quite a number of items into their vehicle, and this could be even expanded by folding down the rear seats, which will create a flat floor to slide items forward. On top of that, there is a small 15-liter of storage area under the hood to store small items if the owner wants an additional storage area. Being the top of the line model, the Ioniq 5 Max is powered by 2 electric motors. These 2 electric motors are located on the front and rear axle of the vehicle, making the Ioniq 5 Max an all-wheel drive vehicle. Here are the performance figures for the Ioniq 5 Max. With a peak torque of 605 Nm going to all 4 wheels, the weight of the Ioniq 5 barely made a dent in the performance of the vehicle. This vehicle has no issue in keeping up with the traffic, and overtaking can be done in a blink of an eye. With a battery capacity of 72.6 kWh, Hyundai states that the Ioniq 5 has a WLTP range of 430 km on a full charge, but in reality, charging up to 80% is better for the battery's lifespan. So with the battery level at 80%, I'm getting about 340 km of range, which is more than enough for most people that use the car in a town environment. On top of that, owners have the option to allow the Ioniq 5 to charge up to 90% on full speed, which can further reduce the range anxiety while driving. Built on the 800-volt architecture, the Ioniq 5 is currently one of the most advanced electric vehicles on sale in Malaysia. This allowed the vehicle to be charged up with the fastest DC fast charger in Malaysia. And to access the charging port, Hyundai has given it an electrically operated flap that can be opened and closed with a press of a button. Owners can turn the charging slot into an electrical socket by using a vehicle to load, also known as VTL connector. This will allow owners to tap into the car's battery and juice up whatever appliances that they wish to use when there's no other electrical power outlet. Additionally, the Ioniq 5 also comes with a solar roof. Based on Hyundai's information, the solar roof can provide up to 2,000 km of extra range in a year just by parking the Ioniq 5 Max under the sun. The Ioniq 5 may be a heavy vehicle, but it rides and handles surprisingly well. When going over bumps and uneven roads, the suspension feels sophisticated and plush. Even so, the Ioniq 5 stays pretty flat when going through the corners. This is due to the majority of the vehicle's weight being at the bottom of the vehicle, which also keeps the car as stable as possible even with the soft suspension. To ensure that the driver can confidently handle the Ioniq 5, the car comes with a well-weighted steering wheel that is rather precise as well. In an EV, regenerative brakes are the best thing that ever existed. This reduces the wear and tear on the physical brakes. On the Ioniq 5, it does come with regenerative brakes, and the physical brakes are strong as well when needed. The Ioniq 5 Max is also loaded with a long list of driver assistance systems. The list is so long that the vehicle can almost drive itself already. Here is the list of safety and driver assistance systems available on the Ioniq 5 Max. Even with a price tag of 270,000 ringgit, customers will have to wait 1.5 years just to get their hands on the brand new Ioniq 5 Max if they decided to book one now. This is a strong testament to Hyundai on how popular the Ioniq 5 is in Malaysia. After driving the Ioniq 5, I find that it's a very well packaged electric vehicle for the masses. The only thing that the Ioniq 5 needs is more battery range, where it will allow the vehicle to travel further on a single charge. As an electric vehicle itself, I would say it's one of the best electric vehicles that you can purchase currently, provided if you can get one without waiting 1.5 years. Hope you enjoyed this review. Please kindly leave a like and subscribe to this YouTube channel for more future videos. If you would like to find out more about the Hyundai Ioniq 5, feel free to head on over to our website carsick.my for more information. Hope to see you soon. Bye.